The Jets have won the toss and have elected to receive.
Greg, when you look at this game today, I just see and I look for which team can generate some offense. That will be the team that really, well, anytime you generate offense, it greatens your chance to win the game.
Dwight Stone is deep for the Jets along with Aaron Glenn. And number 4, Toby Gowen, will kick it away. Stone, the number 2 kick returner in the AFC, 25 out to the 28, almost the 29-yard line, and that's where the Jets will go to work. Ray Lucas. Last week, Bill Parcells says his best performance yet at quarterback. A 3-3 record as a starter. You see 9 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. Completing passes at almost a 61% rate.
He says, I love to see Ray Lucas get off to a quick start because it gives our team so much emotion and confidence.
Lucas gives to Curtis Martin right off the bat. Met just as he crossed the 30 by Darren Woodson. A look at the Jets' offensive line. Jumbo Elliott, Kerry Jenkins, Kevin Mawai, and then the rookies Randy Thomas and Ryan Young. Curtis Martin and Richie Anderson in the backfield. Keyshawn Johnson, Wayne Krebet, the wide receivers, and tight end Fred Baxter gets the start. Eric Green finished for the year with injury. The Jets go with 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 7. And now out of the backfield, Curtis Martin. Martin across the 35 and close to a first down. The Dallas defense lines up this way. Pittman, Spellman, Chad Hennings, and Leon Lett starting at defensive end for injured Greg Ellis. Hambrick, Godfrey, and Coakley are the linebackers. Kevin Smith and Deion Sanders the corners. Darren Woodson, George Teague the safety. Defensive coordinator Dave Campo of the Cowboys. Martin did get enough for a first down. It's first down at the 39. Play fake. Lucas. Complete to Krebet across the field. Out of bounds inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. That'll be another Jet first down.
Anytime you play the Jets, it's draws and screens on first down, and also play action passes, something they've really done a lot of this year. Get 3 receivers to one side, 2 of them clear out. Look at the big hole Wayne Krebet has down the field. And Chad Henning gets to the quarterback, but when you play action fake, like the Jets do a lot, gets the quarterback in rhythm, he gets rid of the ball on time.
23-yard pickup on the pass play. Martin, right side, across the 35, bulls his way to the 32-yard line.
Well, everybody coming to this game couldn't wait to see Keyshawn Johnson against Deion Sanders. Well, that was just a little run.
It's actually a little dance on this side of the field. And we welcome those of you who watch the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Cleveland Browns 24-14. The Jets with 2nd and 5 on the opening drive, and Richie Anderson across the 30 to about the 29.5-yard line.
You know, Greg, we just saw the little confrontation. Deion Sanders against Keyshawn Johnson. I don't think it's going to be that big of a factor in the football game. The Jets are not going to line him up out there and say, beating Keyshawn, Ray Lucas is going to throw it to you. What they're going to do, they're going to move Keyshawn around, put him in motion, line him up in different spots, and try to get him on some of the other defenders where he has a distinct advantage over them.
We will keep our eye out. Deion figures to play a little offense here today as well. 3rd down. Lucas needs the 27-yard line, and it is incomplete.
Well, Kavika Pittman, number 97, does a good job. 3rd and 4 yards. He knows he's not going to get to the quarterback. When you know that, get those hands up when the quarterback takes that short drop.
Lining up the field goal now from 42 yards out, or rather 48 yards out, is John Wall. Hall has a long of 46 this season. And it's good. The Jets take the opening kickoff drive to a 3-point lead here in Dallas. 11:41 to play in the first. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms back at Texas Stadium. The Dallas Cowboys unbeaten here at home, so the New York Jets have done what they need to do, at least early in this game.
Well, get on top. That lets you dictate some of the things that are going to happen in the game, but the Cowboys are so good at home. They're big, they're physical, and their defense is pretty good. So when you get the crowd noise involved, it just makes your defense that much better.
Jeff Ogden and Jason Tucker are deep to receive the kick for the Cowboys. From the goal line, it's Tucker. Bounces outside across the 20 down to about the 22-23-yard line, and Chris Hayes with the tackle. And onto the field comes Troy Aikman. 3 Super Bowl championships in his pocket. This has been a different kind of a season for Aikman.
Well, it is, Greg. You know, Troy Aikman, talking to him 2 days ago, he realizes and he knows the Dallas Cowboys offense, it's about running the football. And if you're going to play quarterback, even though as good as he is, it's about picking up third down passing, keep things going, keep the drives going, and then every once in a while throwing the football down the field, try to make a big play.
You saw Emmitt Smith, strained left groin last week. He is in the starting lineup. Play fake. Aikman over the middle, and Emmitt Smith can't handle it out of the backfield. It's incomplete. A look at the Dallas offense. Tackle to tackle up front. Flozell Adams, Solomon Page, Mark Stepnoski, Everett McIver, and Eric Williams. Larry Allen still out with a sprained right knee. Emmitt Smith and Robert Thomas in the backfield. Rocket Ismail, Jason Tucker starting for Ernie Mills at wide receiver, and David LaFleur the tight end. Chan Gailey looking on, 2nd and 10. Another fake to Smith. Aikman throws outside, almost picked off by number 42, Marcus Coleman. The Jet defense, they're 3-4. Rick Lyle, Ernie Logan, Anthony Pleasant. The quick and strong linebackers, Lewis Gordon, Marvin Jones, and Roman Pfeiffer. On the corners, Glenn and Coleman. Omar Stoutmeyer starts for injured Steve Atwater and Victor Green. Bill Belichick, the man who calls the defensive signals. And both Emmitt Smith and Chris Warren are in the backfield now on 3rd and 10. To Warren. 30, diving, and he's going to come up short of a first down. Aaron Glenn came up from the cornerback position to knock him out.
Well, let's see. I said Dallas is such a good running football team, so they come out and they throw it 3 straight times, trying to catch the Jets a little off guard. But the New York Jets, when they employ 4 defensive linemen, 4 rushers, they've been getting the quarterback pretty good. And that time, pressure on the quarterback makes Troy Aikman throw it short.
Dedrick Ward, number 89, standing at his own 25 to receive the punt from Toby Goen. No pressure on Goen. High punt, and Ward will run this one back from the 19. 25, and wrapped up at about the 28-yard line by Lemansky Hall, a 5th-year linebacker out of Alabama. 10-yard return, and we have 10:41 to play in the first. A look at Big D on a Sunday afternoon in December. Happy holidays to you and yours, everyone, as the New York Jets take over first down at their own 29-yard line. Ray Lucas with an outstanding week last week against the Miami Dolphins. Out of the I formation, Curtis Martin pulls his way across the 30 to the 33-yard line, and we check in for the first time today with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Just a quick medical update on a couple of big key players in this game. First of all, Deion Sanders, as you know, has been suffering with flu during the week. He's told me before the game a couple of IVs in his arms to help him feel better. He's doing better. Emmitt Smith, as you said, out with this groin injury and struggling during the week. He's feeling better. He said he doesn't know how far he can go. And as for the last one with Ray Lucas, he told me he threw up before the game as usual, but he felt good because he had a good night's sleep. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. Up the middle to the 40-yard line. Curtis Martin. And that's close to a first down. And as Armin says, that's nothing unusual for Ray Lucas. He just gets nervous on game day.
Wakes up game day, goes into the bathroom. He says he takes a shower. Then I throw up. And I looked at him. I said, you do that every week? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, after I do it, I gather myself. I look in the mirror and I look at myself and say, wow, you're so dumb. Because he just can't believe that he gets so geared up and so upset. But as time goes on, he'll get over those feelings and get used to starting and being a starting quarterback.
Well, he does say he is sleeping better every week, the more prepared he is for football games.
Yes, he's got more peace of mind because he realizes he knows everything he's got to know to be successful in the game.
Martin left side, gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard before Darren Woodson and Randall Godfrey come up to make the stop.
You know, the New York Jets very worried today, trying to be careful on offense because the Dallas Cowboys, their front seven, their defensive line, it's big, it's talented. They're worried about the defense of the Cowboys just trying to overrun them. Blitz Ray Lucas, he's a young quarterback, trying to make him make bad decisions.
Curtis Martin celebrating his 5th straight 1,000-yard season, the 4th player to do that in NFL history, 5 1,000-yard seasons to start a career. Lucas with all kinds of time and then throws it away.
Well, you can see Bill Parcells looking at that sheet. He now, most of the time, calls the offensive plays for the New York Jets.
We welcome those of you who watched the Philadelphia Eagles knock off New England 24-9, along with Phil Simms and Armin Kutsayan. Greg Gumbel here at Texas Stadium. The Jets with a 3-0 lead on the Cowboys. 3rd and 8 for Lucas and the Jets. Lucas down the middle, complete. Keyshawn Johnson, first down, Jets.
Well, that's knowing your personnel, and that's knowing situations. Ray Lucas, there's not many quarterbacks in any situations would throw this pass. Watch Keyshawn Johnson, number 19, go outside, break back over the middle. The safeties are sitting there waiting on him. But Ray Lucas, he knows it's Keyshawn Johnson, so he knows. Throw it into the coverage, throw it up high. Keyshawn Johnson will go up, protect himself, and make the catch.
And there are about 40 or 45 really happy fans to see that. That's about how many tickets Keyshawn had to come up with for this game today. 5 wide receivers for the Jets on first down. Quick drop, Lucas over the middle. Corbett inside the 25, dragged down at about the 20-yard line.
The reason why the New York Jets putting 5 wide receivers in there on first down, because they know the Dallas Cowboys are going to play zone coverage. In other words, the defense, they're going to drop back, watch the quarterback, and when you do that, there's too many open spaces down the field. And look how easy this is for Ray Lucas and Wayne Corbett over the middle. Gosh, and it was so good. Nope, he didn't. He did not smile.
Well, he did get a
a little fist pump. There we go.
First down, Jets 20-yard line. Lucas to throw again and throws it away under the heavy pressure from the Cowboys.
Well, they went to a 5 wide receiver set again, Greg, and what happens now? The Cowboys, good quick adjustment by them. They're going to bring the blitz from the outside, and the Jets are going to have a hard time picking it up. Dexter Coakley, the linebacker. Nobody there. Ray Lucas does a smart thing, get rid of the football.
Ray Lucas was telling us last night, he says the game has slowed down for him a bit. It was really just just helter-skelter when he first came on the scene.
Well, Greg, I think you said why. He's more prepared, so that makes you more relaxed, and you can be confident, easy going. You can make better decisions that way.
Quick pass over the middle, complete. Martin inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Well, that was a good play by the Dallas defense, just stopping Curtis Martin from scoring a touchdown. They got an all-out blitz. The Jets had the perfect play called, a quick screen over the middle, but the speed of the Dallas Cowboy defense reacts and tackles him just for a short gain.
You saw the numbers a short while ago on the Dallas defense. They are tied for best in the NFL in red zone scoring defense. Opponents have scored touchdowns less than 28% of the time. 8 touchdowns and 29 trips into the red zone. On the 9th play of this drive, 3rd and 4, 5 wide receivers. Lucas pulls it down. Now throws end zone and overthrows his intended receiver, Wayne Corbett.
I tell you what I liked in that play, the Dallas Cowboy defensive line, knowing there's 5 wide receivers, they didn't rush the quarterback too hard. Quick drop by Ray Lucas. They stand up. There's nowhere for him to throw the football. So he does a smart thing and throws it away.
On comes John Hall again. Last time onto the field, he kicked his longest field goal of the season from 47 yards out. This is a 32-yard attempt. And he almost pulled it, but not quite. The field goal is good. 6-0 Jets. Bill Parcells has to be pleased with the way his offense has performed on its first 2 possessions, starting deep in their own territory. They've gotten 2 field goals out of it this last drive. 10 plays, 57 yards, and a 6-0 lead. Hall to kick to Jeff Ogden, 85. Jason Tucker, 87. And from a couple of yards deep in the end zone, it's Tucker. 20. Hit forward to about the 26-yard line. So Troy Aikman and the Cowboys back on offense, but we come back to Dallas after this. Back in Dallas, and for the first time today, Deion Sanders makes an appearance on offense for the Cowboys. Troy Aikman telling us 2 days ago, you know, he could be an all-pro wide receiver if he'd been playing the position since he was a kid.
Well, he's done okay playing defensive back.
Evan Smith maybe back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Clock continues to move. 5:50 to play in the first.
You know, when I heard Deion played wide receiver some last week, and he's going to play a little this week, so I asked Bill Belichick, I'm thinking, well, it can't be that big of a deal, Deion playing wide receiver, because he hasn't been trained to do it, and how much can he do? So I asked Bill Belichick, the defensive coordinator, he goes, oh, you got to watch him. He's so fast that he's a factor. And he goes, Phil, they're not putting him out there to be a hood ornament. They got some plays designed for him. We got to make sure he doesn't make a big play down the field.
Aikman throws tight end LaFleur. And LaFleur run out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
But also, just to finish up about Deion Sanders at wide receiver, Greg, when he comes in, too, it makes a defense change what it's going to do. They will double cover him most of the time, and it makes it a lot easier for now Emmitt Smith, Chris Warren to run the football because the safeties stay back to cover wide receivers. Chan Gailey, head coach and offensive coordinator of the Cowboys, calls the plays to Troy Aikman.
Deion now to the bottom of your screen on 3rd and 7. Aikman over the middle. That's complete for a first down to Jeff Ogden.
So many teams now are running this, what they call cluster or bunch. You get 3 wide receivers over to the left, and they go down the field, and they all split at the same time, and it's just hard for a defense to cover man for man because you would get messed up, everybody chasing receivers. And if you drop back, we say it so many times, Greg, if a defense drops back and reads the quarterback, especially against Troy Aikman, he's going to complete the pass.
Deion leaves the field. Emmitt Smith, Robert Thomas in the backfield, along with Aikman on first down. The fake to Emmitt, over the middle. That's complete. David LaFleur gets another Dallas first down close to the Jet 45-yard line.
When you play the New York Jets defense, one thing you must do, they're going to play both safeties deep. You see Stoudemire going away. David LaFleur, that means the whole middle of the field is wide open. Some receiver, the tight end or a third wide receiver, must make plays down the middle of the field.
You know, you mentioned this at the beginning of the game, Phil, but it bears repeating. Even though the Cowboys threw for the first 3 downs, Aikman kind of shook his head yesterday and said, when he said, you know, it's hard to believe, or hard to hear me say it, that we're a running football team.
Hey, if you want to win, you want to win consistently, you're the Cowboys, you got to run the football.
Well, right now, Dallas stops the clock with 3:16 to play with a timeout as they burn their first.
Well, since you don't play, it would be a miracle, Greg.
It'd be a downright miracle.
But you talk about Troy Aikman, he just admits it. He knows, not that he's really happy and content with it, but he knows his Cowboy team, it's about running the football, about playing defense, and a quarterback just playing smart.
On first down, the give is to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt turns the corner, near side, out of bounds across the 40 to the Jet 39-yard line, run out by Marcus Coleman.
So far, the Cowboys have just come out and look like they want to throw the football. Emmitt Smith, not quite healthy, but this is kind of surprising. I didn't know it. Watching him practice Friday, he had no speed, never ran more than maybe 50%, but this time nothing inside. He breaks it outside and picks up 8 yards.
You see Emmitt transfer the ball to that right hand, the hand that he fractured at Minnesota back in November.
You know, Emmitt's got a lot of that Jim Brown in him. He always kind of looks like he's not going full speed until you try to tackle him.
Robert Thomas breaking tackles and gets enough for a first down. Lost his helmet in the process.
Wow. That's what you'd like to see a fullback do. When you're going to hand him the football, look, don't try to dodge anybody, just run over him. And watch him this time. Comes up in the hole. Omar Stoutmire. Oh, a little safety. He just runs him right over. Keeps going straight ahead.
And better you lose your helmet than the football. First down for Dallas now from the 31. And Aikman under the gun and goes down. Dwayne Gordon, number 54, chalks up his first sack of the season.
Well, good timing. I always say, if you want to blitz and be successful, it's got to be about timing. Mo Lewis, here he comes. Dwayne Gordon comes to the inside. 2 blitzers, only Emmitt Smith to pick them up. And yes, that would make me happy. But it was good timing by Dwayne Gordon. He waited till Troy Aikman was almost ready to snap the ball. He walks up. Nobody in the offense sees him. He gets the sack.
Something the Jets have not done a whole lot of this season, as you see. From the 37. Quick drop by Aikman. Throws, incomplete, penalty marker on this side of the field.
That's Eric Bjornsson, the tight end. You know, when I see that play, there's a penalty here, but
our referee today is Tom White.
But, Greg, every time I see that type of throw by Troy Aikman, that's what he made famous with Michael Irvin, a timing throw. And to the
illegal shift. 2 men on the offense moving, not getting set prior to the snap. Number 86 and 89. Penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Both tight ends. The guilty parties.
I'm sorry, Greg. Something you wouldn't suspect of the Dallas Cowboys, but they lead the National Football League in penalties, and a lot of them are penalties like that. Just getting set, being organized and disciplined, and that's what's got to, well, that's what really upsets Chan Galen.
3rd and 16 for the Cowboys. Aikman going to go deep and throws incomplete. Looked to be a little miscommunication with his wide receiver, Chris Brazel.
Well, there's a lot of new guys out there running pass routes for Troy Aikman, so you cannot expect the Cowboys passing game to be crisp and go down the field and make those plays. And, you know, most of the time I go to NFL cities, I watch a team practice. I know all the players. But when I come down to watch the Cowboys and they're running pass offense, I got my list out. Now, who is that?
Who is that?
And there's so many new guys catching passes for Troy Aikman.
Dedrick Ward is deep. Toby Gowen will try to put this one inside the 10-yard line. Sky high. Fair catch made by Ward at the 10-yard line. So the Jets, after starting twice previously at their own 29, will now start from their 10. Well, last week, the 1958 championship game was voted the NFL's 7th most memorable moment. This week, find out what's at number 6 only at www.nfl.com. From the 10-yard line. Curtis Martin, a yard, maybe a yard and a half before Brandon Noble makes a stop. We've been talking all weekend long, Phil, about the strange faces on both sides of the ball on this team. They may be the 2 most injured football teams in the National Football League.
Yeah, they could be. When you put up a list of all the people that are hurt on both teams, well, you could take those guys and fill in a few subs where there's some holes, and you'd have a team that probably could go to the playoffs in the NFL. But the Cowboys, with all their injuries, have still done a wonderful job of staying in the playoff hunt.
Lucas, quick drop, quick throw outside Corbett, and Corbett ridden out of bounds at the 18-yard line by Singor Mobley.
I know if you're a fan of football, you always hear now, if you watch a game, you hear this zone blitz. That's the new rage in the NFL. In other words, more defenders come than 4, and everybody just kind of drops back and watches the quarterback. Well, the Dallas Cowboys, they don't do that. They do it the old-fashioned way. They send a bunch of people, and all their defenders now have receivers one-on-one all over the field, and it's kind of different for teams to see that, and the Jets said it's been tough, adjusting that in practice this week.
Bill Parcells expecting problems from this Dallas defense. Shovel pass, Corbett across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Ebenezer Ekuban makes the stop as time runs out here in the first quarter. So we'll pause to change ends of the field here at Texas Stadium. We've played 15 minutes. The Jets lead the Cowboys 6-0. We'll come back to Irving, Texas right after this.
Well, look for the New York Jets. They're not going to punt this ball to Deion Sanders. They're going to try to pin him to his left or the Jets' right. And they're going to send Chris Hayes in motion to give him a chance. Look up top. He's going to be moving, running to the right side of the field. Nice punt.
Deion from his 27 takes it back the other way. So much for pinning him on this side of the field. 45, midfield, comes back. Down at the 45-yard line of the Jets, there's a penalty marker on the field.
Well, you're right, Greg. And listen, when a punter's punting the ball, they can't be that accurate. So that time, the ball was probably, almost down the middle of the field. Chris Hayes not able to get over there and pin him to the sideline. You know what's interesting, though? You just can hear the crowd. When the ball is punted to Deion, everybody stands up and gets excited.
The face mask call is against the Jets.
During the return, we have a 5-yard face mask. Number 33, New York. It'll be a first down for Dallas. The penalty will be enforced.
Penalty is on Gerald Soule.
Let's look what happens. Here comes Chris Hayes in motion. He's supposed to go all the way across here to pin Deion on the sidelines, but the Cowboys, they do a good job getting in position, blocking him. And look at the punt. Never gets outside the number, so Deion now can cut back across the field. Watch Chris Hayes. Well, this is a lot of work to try to get down and cover a punt.
I'm also thinking, although Bill Parcells says he likes his punter, Tom Tupa, he wanted to see that a little closer to the sideline than it was.
Well, you know what they could go to next? Tom punted out of bounds.
Deion lined up on offense on the near side of the field. The give is to Smith. 40, 35. First down yardage deeper into Jet territory for the Cowboys.
That is good blocking on the right side for the Dallas Cowboys. Mark Stepnoski on the outside. Look at Eric Williams, just pins Rick Lyle inside, and Emmitt Smith. You know, I thought there was no way this guy was going to be a factor in this game today after watching him practice on Friday. I watched him warm up before the game. Nothing. Game starts just as smooth and in control as always.
11-yard pickup for Emmitt on that one. He gets another handoff across the 30, 25, inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Another first down for Dallas. Victor Green made the stop.
Look at the offensive linemen of the Dallas Cowboys. They are excited. There's nothing more exciting probably to an offensive lineman. Watch up top, inside, Solomon Page. Oh, nice job of pulling around. Good block. David LaFleur down the field. But when this play was over, they were all giving each other five, pumping their fists to the sideline. They must love it.
So the Cowboys quickly move now to the 16-yard line of the Jets. Emmitt Smith. A yard, maybe two.
And that was the big fear. The biggest fear Bill Belichick had, he goes, two things. Worried about getting overpowered by the Dallas offensive linemen. And he goes, I don't want to wish bad luck upon him, but I hope Larry Allen doesn't come back the next week. Dallas says he's one of their guards, and he is the best offensive lineman in football. He's out. Solomon Page, a rookie, number 77, has taken his place, but he's a pretty special player, too, as a rookie.
2nd and 7. Aikman with time. Emmitt Smith can walk it into the end zone for the touchdown. Career touchdown number 146, moving him into 2nd place all by himself, all time.
I just want to know and wonder, how did Troy Aikman know that Emmitt Smith was over there? Because that play was designed to go to the left side. Troy Aikman keeps looking downfield. At the last second, he turns and throws it over there. Nobody covering Emmitt Smith.
Well, didn't you say you had a back who would go woo-woo when he was open?
Yeah, but I don't think Emmitt did that. Yeah, sometimes backs do that, but not that time. Look at Troy Aikman looking down the field, turns to the right. Nobody covered Emmitt Smith. Watch Emmitt Smith sneak out to the right, and also watch the linebackers for the New York Jets. Troy Aikman looks to the left. Oh, they all start going to the left. It must be a pass there. No, it's not. Good job of knowing where your receivers are by Troy Aikman.
And career touchdown pass number 154 for Troy Aikman. He is number 2 all-time in Dallas Cowboy history. From the goal line, Aaron Glenn. 20, 30, and out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. 34-yard return of the kickoff, and we remind you, coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report, Jim Nance, Craig James, Randy Cross, Jerry Glanville with all the scores and highlights. Well, there are a lot of them today, too, aren't there? Coming up on the NASDAQ halftime report. Troy Aikman breaking the tie with Roger Staubach. And Emmitt Smith on the far sideline.
Got that left leg wrapped up.
Ray Lucas and the Jets start with 5 wide receivers from the 34-yard line. Lucas throws this side incomplete, short of Corbett. You know, we talked about how injured these teams are. The New York Jets, Bill Parcells, you know, he doesn't want to hear it. He has probably seen it to a greater extent than he's ever seen it at any point in his career.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Greg. And I think you can always, no matter who you are in this league, you have to overcome injuries. But when you get injuries to maybe your best player in your team, like Vinny Testaverde, or other players that play such key roles, those are almost impossible to overcome.
Again, 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Quick drop, throws near side. It is complete, and a first down for the Jets. Dedrick Ward with a fine catch of a pretty good pass from Ray Lucas.
Man, that was better than fine. That was really good. And I thought it was Keyshawn Johnson once I saw him go so far up in the air to make this catch. And a good throw by Ray Lucas going across the field to the sideline. Watch this catch. Up, 1, 2. Boy, good job of knowing where the sideline was.
So a first down at the 44-yard line. The pitch from Martin. Dips back inside and gets a couple up to the 48-yard line. We were talking about how hurt these Jets are. Watch this. How many key guys can you lose in a lineup, Phil?
Hey, who's got that nice truck? That's what I want to know. But look at it. Otis Smith, starting corner. Vinny Testaverde, tight end. Jason Fabini, Brian. That's some pretty good players on that list.
And yet, you'd have to say the Jets have been competitive in probably all but about one game this year, the one against the Giants. 2nd and 6. Lucas throws up high, too high for Keyshawn Johnson.
Well, you know, talking to Bill Parcells, we were talking to him last night about Ray Lucas, and he says there's a couple things that he worries about him. Can he be a long-term starter in the National Football League? One, can he physically take it? Because he doesn't know if he's big enough. But he says maybe the main thing is, can he be an accurate enough thrower down the football field to be a starter or even be the backup next year for the New York Jets?
And he says doesn't know how far his skills will take him, but he does know the players and coaches like him and respond to him. Lucas throws incomplete through behind Curtis Martin.
Well, the one thing I can see, the Dallas Cowboys, when in doubt, they're going to make sure they take Keyshawn Johnson out of the game, double covering him almost every snap. Here's a good example, Greg. Curtis Martin open, throw the ball inside. He's going to make the catch. Throws it behind him, incomplete pass.
Deion Sanders, 18 career return touchdowns, an NFL record. This one going to roll inside the 5 and down inside the 1-yard line. Number 83, Dwight Stone, was there, and I believe that's the way Bill Parcells meant it the first time it happened. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and the rest of our Ace CBS Sports crew here at Texas Stadium. Happy holidays to you and yours from all of us. 11:08 to play here in the first half. Dallas with a 1-point lead starting from their 1-yard line. And Aikman to throw out of his end zone. This side complete, Chris Brazzell. And that gives the Cowboys a little breathing room.
That must feel good for Chris Brazzell. He was on the Jets practice squad earlier in the year. Cowboys, so many receivers hurt, they bring him down here, and Chan Gailey says, hey, this guy, he has a chance to be a really good player. Marcus Coleman, one of his ex-teammates, getting him a lot of room to make the catch. But a big receiver, Chris Brazzell. Chan Gailey said he's acrobatic, he can make catches down the field. He's just got to learn to be a little tougher.
A Yancey Thigpen type of receiver. Meanwhile, Emmitt Smith looking for first down yardage and appears to have enough.
And he also told us, Chan Gailey said that Chris Brazzell has a chance to make some plays down the field today. They have some routes in that he has a chance to go down there and make those catches, and you know that must be exciting for him, not only to get to be part of the offense, but to do it against some of his old friends.
By the way, we want to send our best to Chan Gailey's wife, Lori, who last Thursday slipped in a shower, broke her ankle. Chan Gailey thinks he's the dark cloud.
Well, after all the injuries to his team, that happens to his wife.
Aikman, all kinds of time, throws near side and underthrows Robert Thomas.
Let's see, there's twice today so far that I've seen Troy Aikman drop back. It's there. There's big holes in the defense. It's an easy completion for him, but the receivers can't find it. And so what's Troy Aikman do? He's basically got to throw it away where that would usually be just an easy completion down the field for about a 15-yard gain. You know, a little frustrated, but the thing that keeps you from getting too frustrated is the fact you're winning. You have a chance if you win the day to be tied for the division lead, and you can still go to the playoffs.
Emmitt Smith tries the left side, and there are about 4 New York Jets there to meet him. And all smiles after the whistles blow.
Well, the New York Jets, they play what you call a two-gap technique up front. In other words, they hit the offensive players, and you stand there and you wait for the runner to come to you. That way you don't get out of position. That time, 3 guys bring Emmitt Smith down.
There is a New York Jet down on the field, and it looks like it's Ernie Logan.
Keep it there.
The 8th-year nose tackle out of East Carolina.
Well, something they're a little lean in, and right now is defensive lineman. So if Ernie Logan goes down, the Jets been going back from a 4-3 to a 3-4. If he goes down, you'll see him play a lot more linebackers than just 3 down linemen.
Let's take a look and see what happened.
Let's see if we can see Ernie Logan, number 93. Here he is, right in the middle. Gets Mark Stepnoski, the center. Oh, he gets clipped by the right guard. It's Everett McIver who comes across, hits him at the ankle, and he's pretty fortunate it's not worse. And when that happens, these defensive linemen, he's got a pretty good stern look on his face. They go back in there and look for that offensive lineman that did it to him.
So that front 3 now consists of Dorian Boose, Anthony Pleasant, Eric Abagu. Cowboys have had the worst of it on 3rd down so far today. 3rd and 9. That one batted down as soon as it left Aikman's hand. Might have been Mo Lewis in on the quarterback.
Well, situations the Cowboys they don't want to be in. 3rd and long. They do not have the talent to get down the field and make a lot of plays. Mo Lewis seen some knockdown passes today. Again, something all defenders are doing a better job than the National Football League is. Can't get to the quarterback, get those big hands up.
Strange how football games go. Tom Tupa with a punt that he's not ever going to be proud of. Rolls out of bounds the 1-yard line, and the Jets are going to get the better of it in field position.
It's called a shank, Greg. It just happened to stay in bounds.
Before Goen kicks this one, whistles blow.
We saw Tom Tupa coming to the sideline after he punted that last one, and he kind of laughed because he knew he got away with one.
False start. Number 25, offense, 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
So Charlie Williams started too soon for Dallas. Not kind of laughed. He was laughing all the way to the sideline and then some.
Hey, sometimes you got to get breaks. You know, even a punter.
Dedrick Ward standing at about midfield. Low snap, Goen gets it away. Bounces at the 45, and the Jets will stay away from it. It takes a Dallas bounce all the way down to the 40-yard line. A little pushing and shoving going on as it's blown dead, and not a bad kick by Toby Goen. Just over 9 minutes to play here in the first half. That's Eric Williams in his right foot and shoe they're looking at on the sidelines as the Jets take over first down from their own 41-yard line. Lucas's numbers on the pitch. Curtis Martin. Martin back inside now to the 45-yard line. Darren Hambrick with the stop.
If you notice that time the Jets came up right away. As soon as Ray Lucas got underneath the center, snapped the ball. A couple things they want to do today with the snap count. Snap it quick so the Cowboys can't time their blitzes and walk up and catch you off guard. And the other thing is he'll go on some long counts to try to draw the Cowboys off sides when they're trying to blitz.
3 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the top of your screen on 2nd and 6. And now Martin. The handoff out of the backfield, across midfield, 45, 40, down to the 36-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys and a first down.
But you got to like what the Jets did. 2 times they've run this exact same play. They line up with 5 wide receivers. Then Curtis Martin shifts and comes back in the backfield. Nobody there to cover him. Nobody there to stop him for the run either. 2 things. The Jets, every week, lots of draw plays to Curtis Martin, and usually about 2 or 3 different ways to run a screen play to try to catch you off guard.
Play action. Lucas going to go deep for Dedrick Ward. Into the end zone. Incomplete. And a penalty marker is down.
I was wondering. I thought he got away with a lot of pushing and hand fighting that time. Kevin Smith, number 26. That is a perfect throw to it. Did you notice that time Ray Lucas went on a quick snap count, caught the Cowboys off guard. They couldn't get there with the blitz. They came with the blitzers about 10 yards away.
Pass interference. Number 26, defense, is penalty committed in the end zone. It'll be a first down on the 1-yard line.
And watch this. Dedrick Ward going down the field. Perfect throw. Boy, nice route, too. Stayed right at Kevin Smith. Now, see, now when I watch it there, not near as bad as I saw it when I watched it live. Of course, Ray Lucas, all quarterbacks want the call.
Lucas going to throw on first down. Touchdown. Richie Anderson. And another quick count from Lucas.
Good job by the Jets keeping the Cowboys off guard. Richie Anderson sneaks out. Get up there, get set, go. And the defense is still waiting to react, trying to see what formation you're in, who's got who in coverage. Something most quarterbacks in the National Football League do not do enough of is change their snap counts.
No rushing touchdowns for Richie Anderson, but his 3rd through the air. Hall with the extra point, and it's good. 7:42 to play here in the first half. Ray Lucas is happy. He ought to be. 1-yard touchdown pass to Richie Anderson has the Jets on top, 13-7. Back at Texas Stadium, John Hall will kick it away. You look at the scoring drive. 3 plays, 59 yards. in under a minute and a half, and the Jets with a 13-7 lead. Deep for the Cowboys, 85 Jeff Ogden, 87 Jason Tucker. Drive kick bounces at the 3 into the end zone, and Jason Tucker will not run it out. Let's go back to that penalty call down the sideline. You and I have had some discussion during the timeout, Phil, and I don't know where we are yet.
Well, we agree that we disagree. That's what we do. When we watched this play live, I thought right away pass interference on Kevin Smith, without a doubt. Then when you watch it, now we're watching it in slow motion, and you see the tape of it, you go, well, I don't know. I don't think so. So we had this argument the other day at practice with the Cowboys. What the officials see on the field, you just can't duplicate that same feeling when you see it on TV or if you see it in the replay.
Aikman and the Cowboys first down from their own 20-yard line. Emmitt Smith. Hit at the line of scrimmage by Dwayne Gordon.
See, Greg, because if I was an official, I'd have went, okay, that's a penalty. And then, I'll take it back. It wasn't, So it's amazing how the eye, I got to trust it. When I saw it live, I thought it was a penalty.
You would trust your eye?
Sometimes.
I've seen you ordering in restaurants.
Whoa. Emmitt Smith, pretty productive so far. Comes in the game with such doubt whether he can play or not.
Aikman throws, complete. Brazel is going to go. No, pull down from behind inside the 30-yard line. Victor Green saved the touchdown.
Wow. Chris Brazel, now we see what Chan Gailey was talking about. Now he's limping off the field. But he caught this ball. What timing between Troy Aikman. The ball is gone. Now he turns. It hits him in the stomach. And he just gets one step on the defense. And he shows the speed he has to take a simple 10-yard pass and turn it into a big gain. 53
yards. First down, Dallas at the Jets' 25-yard line. Emmitt Smith for 2.
I remember after last week's game, watching them play the Philadelphia Eagle. I'm reading the clippings of what everybody said after the game, and Troy Aikman, one of the names that I picked out right away, he says, we got to find ways to get Chris Brazel into the game more. I trust him. I got to throw him the ball more, those type of things. And listen to the coaches, what they say, and now you see it on the field, you can understand why.
As you mentioned earlier, one-time New York Jet, and he's being worked on the sideline. On 2nd and 8, the first back through, Robert Thomas.
That kind of shows you about the National Football League now. The Jets got him on the practice squad. They're trying to develop him, make him a receiver probably next year. Part of the rotation, he can be on the field, 3rd or 4th wide receiver. Somebody gets hurt on the Cowboys, they take your guy that you've been working with for a year and a half and you've put a lot of time and effort into. They take him, they get the benefits of that.
Son, you're promoted. Chris Brazel up on his feet. Deion Sanders back in on offense on the near side of the field. Hand off to Warren. And Warren at about the 20-yard line, and that brings the boos with the conservative approach on offense.
Well, there's a couple things there. Yes, anytime you're going to run a football on 3rd down, whatever it is, that's what you'd call almost like a gimmick play. You're trying to surprise the defense. It was an inside trap. The problem was the Jets were in a blitz. The play is not there. So when you're going to run the football, you're going to have a lot of ugly-looking plays. 43-year-old Eddie Murray, the oldest player in the NFL, from 38 yards out. It's a fake. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Eric Bjornsson. Chan Gailey says, who are you calling conservative? They're not booing, and Greg, I'll tell you, when he ran that 3rd down trap play, while they ran it, they knew if they didn't make it, they were going to run this fake field goal. And is it set up great? The New York Jets caught off guard. Nobody on outside containment. All right. Chan Gailey says, I got your conservative. Good thing they didn't get that first down on that run.
Eddie Murray's extra point is good. Well, the fans are happy. The Cowboys are happy. 4:16 to play in the first half. It's Dallas by 1. Back for the kickoff. From the 9-yard line, it's Dwight Stone. Cuts inside across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. You ever wonder what a coach feels like on a fake and your team is caught flat-footed? This is for all the lip readers out there. Oh, no.
And you know what? You can't even get upset. Sometimes you just got to go, hey, the other team outguessed us, outcoached us, and we got a trick up our sleeve for them later in the game. I think, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes even the head coach can't complain.
Lucas and company will start from their own 24-yard line. Keyshawn Johnson looking for running room, runs into Jumbo Elliott and is down at the 16-yard line. They scramble for a loose football, but it was ruled down.
Well, something the Jets love to do. They love to run the reverse. And Randall Goffrey, number 56, on the backside up the field. And that just, anytime you see a defender in that position on a reverse, you got to say, good discipline, not being overeager, just doing your job, and the play comes to you sometimes, and that's a good case in point.
Loss of 8 on the play, 2nd and 18. And now the fans are on their feet. Pass to Keyshawn Johnson, incomplete. Let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You guys have been making a big point, and rightfully so, about the relationship that Parcells has with Ray Lucas. Ray told us last night he's the kind of coach that pushes you off the cliff and leaves you hanging there with 2 hands, and then he steps on 1 hand. And if you can pull yourself up with the other hand, he's the guy who will take you and lead you. As for Parcells, he goes, you got to root for this guy because of his work ethic and his will to win. Back to you.
All right, Armin. Jets 1 of 5 on 3rd downs today. This is a long one, 3rd and 18. He needs the 34-yard line for a first down. On the draw, Lucas to the 25, and the Jets will be forced to punt. George Teague tricked him up.
Well, that's a good play for the Jets and Ray Lucas. Don't take the chance. Smart call on 3rd and long. Chances of getting a turnover were great there. Just take your lumps, punt the football, and play defense.
George Teague still on the turf. Teague would be just another huge loss for an already injury-riddled Dallas defense.
Watch George Teague, number 31, comes up, makes the tackle, tries to get his head in front of Ray Lucas, doesn't do it.
And is still on the turf.
Well, he's shaking his head, so you know he's just a little shook up. You know, you talk to the Cowboys, the one thing that's really helped their defense this year, George Teague, Darren Woodson, the safeties, they've stayed healthy, kind of holding that defense together. All the other injuries everywhere, corners, defensive linemen. When you keep your safeties healthy, they can make the calls and they can cover up some of the ills on your defense.
This Dallas defense just lost Greg Ellis, who was having a terrific year at defensive end. Had 7.5 sacks and an interception. Lost him to 2 broken bones in his left leg. Teague is up, to the applause of the Cowboy fans.
Of course, everybody's sitting here waiting now. The crowd anticipating. And you can see Deion Sanders. Look at him.
He wants the noise.
Well, he gets his teammates excited. You know, I'm not one for maybe players showing off, but the players hear the crowd. It makes them get more in the game. It gives Deion a better chance to make a good return.
Again. The Jets plan to try to pin him on the near side of the field.
Oh, right down the middle.
Right down the middle of the field, in fact, to the other side. And then takes a bounce backwards. And Gerald Stoll got a hand on it.
See what happens so many times when you get enamored with the punt returner, the punter does not do a good job of punting. Let's watch Chris Hayes. He's the guy that gets down. He's the gunner trying to get down there to make the tackle on Deion Sanders. Boy, getting double teamed and getting pushed around.
Bill Parcells just had a word for Tom Tupa as he walked by, and it might have been, that's not exactly what I had in mind.
No, Tommy, that's okay. You'll do better. What do you think? Is that what he said?
Yeah, sure.
See,
well,
I can read his lips from up here, from behind his head.
You know him better than I do. Boy, look at the Dallas Cowboys. Their total yards this quarter compared to the Jets. Sanders flanked to the top of your screen. In on offense, and Aikman to throw. Going to throw it for Deion down the side and overthrows everybody.
Well, that's not what they wanted, because Troy Aikman just didn't get enough time to throw the football where he wants it. But Marcus Coleman, number 42, he knows he's got Deion out there, and he is running right from the start. And Troy Aikman rushed good that time. Can't throw the football where he wants to.
Marcus Coleman running stride for stride with Deion Sanders. Bill Parcells likes the way Coleman has come along, although he says he has a lapse every now and then out there on the field.
That's what he says, Greg. When you look at Marcus Coleman, number 42, he is physically one of the most gifted corners in the National Football League. The problem is, about 2 or 3 plays a game, he forgets what he's doing.
Aikman throws Emmitt Smith by himself, near side, midfield, and run out of bounds a couple of yards shy of the first down marker by Omar Stoutmeyer, 9-yard pickup. The word from the field is that George Teague suffered a strained neck, but is expected to return.
Well, the Cowboys, you know, they had that tag as being too conservative in offense. Look at Troy Aikman, 8 of 15, 121, 1 touchdown. Good stats for the first half. Last week, they threw it over 40 times against the Philadelphia Eagles. And today, you can see a lot of formations, a lot of new plays that the Jets haven't seen before.
Aikman looking for a first down, and coming around on the end around is Rock Ismail. And Ismail doesn't get anywhere near a first down. He's down at midfield as we get the whistle for the 2-minute warning. We'll come back to Texas Stadium right after this. Report. Dallas Cowboys have won each and every one of their 6 home games so far this season. Looking to stay perfect today. Tennessee won at home today. They're 7-0 at home, as did the St. Louis Rams. They are also 7-0 at home. Only 3 teams in the NFL unbeaten on their home field.
You know, if I ever need info, I just come to you. You got it all.
Thank you very much. Dedrick Ward standing at his 11-yard line. Going sky-high punt. And Ward fair catches it at the 16-yard line.
I know what, after looking at that photo of me right there, I got to lift some weights and do something different next year. It must be the jersey.
It must be. 5 wide receivers for Lucas and the Jets on first down. He pulls it down, fakes the run, and slides down at about the 19-yard line, and they're in hurry-up mode. Windat made the stop for the Cowboys. Lucas with time, throws the other way, and Trebek is hit at the 20-yard line and dropped. This time, Charlie Williams.
Well, now you take your time if you're the New York Jets.
In fact, the Cowboys are going to stop the clock with a timeout.
That's why I was going to say take your time, so the Cowboys eat up some of that clock. Cowboys now have 1 timeout. They're looking at maybe getting 1 more possession. And Ray Lucas doing a good job so far managing the game, not taking chances when it's not there. Of course, he's getting an earful right now. I don't know what for.
As you look at the numbers for both Lucas and Aikman, he was telling us last night he actually laid down on that star at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, when he first came down here, and I will tell you a story about Ray Lucas later, but he grew up, big Cowboy fan. When he's with the Patriots, he came down here. He was so happy to be on this field. He laid right in the middle and just says, isn't this great? And it's all of a sudden he hears this, excuse me, and the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are around him going, we have to work. And he goes, oh, this is really good.
Handoff. Bernie Parmalee. And Parmalee out to about the 27-yard line, maybe the 28.
Looks like they got enough for the first down. But Greg, go back to that. See, that's a dream. You lay on the star in the middle of the field. You get somebody wakes you up, and the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are all standing around you.
In fact, when he told us that story,
you know, you talk to Ray Lucas, and you can understand after you talk to him. And he is the story for the New York Jets right now because no playoffs. The quarterback position, everybody's complained about it all year, and he has given them a little hope for next year. Vinny Testaverde comes back. Everybody thinks, Bill Parcells even thinks that maybe Ray Lucas can be his backup quarterback. But when you meet him, though, Greg, you can see the personality. You can see the magic that's in him, and you know why players like him and respond to him on the field.
And the coaches as well. First down from the 28-yard line from the shotgun. And the pass to Parmalee. Parmalee cut down on the far side of the field by Wynn Dak, number 59. Or Dak Wynn, excuse me.
That's right.
Clock continues to move, 50 seconds to play. And Lucas, with all kinds of time coming across the field, is Parmalee again. And Parmalee to about the 33.
Well, you can see just how conservative the New York Jets are with their passing game with Ray Lucas in there, taking no chances, everything underneath, safe. Every once in a while, you got to get down the field, though.
That's enough for a first down and more. Keyshawn across the 40, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. And timeout stops the clock with 15 seconds to play, a 35-yard pickup.
Well, there's a couple things. When Keyshawn Johnson is in the slot, he's such a big target, so easy to find down the field. But if you're a defensive back, look at this. Ray Lucas finds him right between everybody. George Teague comes up, misses the tackle. Keyshawn Johnson is a big wide receiver. And you got to come up, you got to make sure you get both arms around him. And when you see getting a run, he's hard to bring down when he runs because he runs flat-footed, he's big, always on balance. And I'm not sure who he's looking at, probably Ray Lucas. Going, that's it, be patient, wait for the chance down the field. It finally came.
Another aspect of that Lucas-Parcells relationship is Ray Lucas says flat out, you know, if he didn't play for Bill Parcells, he's not sure he'd even be in the league at this point.
Well, that could be true. I know one thing for sure, he wouldn't be a quarterback because I don't know if any of the team would have been as patient and worked so hard with a guy who really, as we've said many times, just started from ground zero trying to be a quarterback in this league.
16 seconds to play. 5 wide receiver. Lucas rolls and throws incomplete, intended for Wayne Corbett. Each team has 1 timeout remaining.
If I was a quarterback, there's Dave Campo, the defensive coordinator. I would be very careful always throwing the ball to the sideline against the Dallas Cowboys. The strength of the corners, Deion Sanders and Kevin Smith, they cover sideline routes as well as anybody in the National Football League. I think it's just their talent. Sometimes when you talk to opposing coaches, they think they guess a little, but they seem to guess right when they do it.
Well, Ray Lucas said, you know, he'll be cautious, but he won't be afraid to throw in Deion's direction. Gonna hand it off. And hit at the 31-yard line is Curtis Martin. Clock winding down.
Oh, Ray Lucas is upset. Kevin Mawai calls the timeout. Hey, he just got nervous just in case the quarterback forgot.
You just saw Bill Parcells say that's okay. It's the difference of a couple of seconds.
Well, really a good first half, Greg. I mean, well played by both football teams. The plays they're making, they earn by good execution. Both of them taking a few chances with some new plays, new wrinkles. And that's what both teams are, really. Chan Gailey and Bill Parcells, the way they coach, you call them game plan coaches. In other words, they go into a game, they look at what you do, and they will change everything if they have to have success. And they both do that, so you always have to be alert.
Earlier in this game, John Hall kicked a 47-yarder. This one will be from 49 yards out. If he hits this, it would be his longest of the season. He missed it. Our halftime score, the Dallas Cowboys 14, the Jets 13. Coming up, Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms back in Dallas, 14-13 Cowboys at halftime. Usually by halftime you have a feel for which way a game is going to go. Not today.
You do, I don't. I'm always guessing. But you look at today's game, well played by both sides. I thought the defenses would determine who would win. In other words, I thought they would dominate the game. Who could make that big play, almost like Thanksgiving, to win the football game. But both offenses being a little more wide open than I expected, and they're making plays down the field, making the defense kind of sit back on their heels, reacting to what they do instead of attacking.
Cowboys will get the ball first here in the second half. Ogden and Tucker are deep, and John Hall will kick it away. He missed a 49-yard field goal as time expired, which would have given the Jets a halftime lead. Still 30 minutes to play. This will be Jason Tucker from the 1. Hit and knocked down before he reached the 20-yard line. Gerald Soule was the first one to reach him. Halftime numbers have this game pretty much even, Phil.
Well, the score's close, and so are the stats. I can't tell you anything. Total yards, I think that's the thing that surprised me. Both offenses moving the football, taking chances, and you're getting that time of the year. The Jets, they're getting used to Ray Lucas being their quarterback so they can do more in offense, and the Cowboys fighting for that playoff spot. You have to take chances. Try not to let the other team stay close to you where they can make one play to beat you late in the game.
Deion Sanders in on offense, flanked to the bottom of your screen. The give is to Emmitt Smith. Smith, running room across the 25, first down across the 30 to the 32-yard line, brought down by Victor Green. And let's check in with Armin.
Thanks, Greg. I spoke to Bill Parcells, who told me he was just, Ray Lucas was a little less than perfect. He was very pleased with Lucas' performance, and he said we were fooled on that fake field goal. Talked to Chan Gailey about it, and you're right, Phil. He said they had set it up with those running plays. Interesting note, it was almost exactly a year ago today, December 20th, that Eric Lawrenson ran in another fake field goal in a game against Philadelphia. Back to you.
Sense of history.
I was right.
Yes, I noticed that. I wish Armin wouldn't say things like that.
It happens every once in a while.
Makes it unbearable here in the booth. First down, Cowboys from the 32. Aikman going to throw. Crossing pattern, complete, Eric Bjornsson.
Well, that's something the Cowboys have done a better job of, I think, the last couple of weeks, getting their tight ends involved in the passing game. Bjornsson going over the middle, short, picks up a couple good first yards on first down.
So on 2nd and 6, Rocket Ismail and Chris Brazel, the wide receivers, and that is Ismail in motion. Smith, right side, 40, first down, midfield. And across the 45 to about the New York Jet 42-yard line.
Well, what a job of blocking. Eric Williams, again, the right tackle. David LaFleur, the tight end. Robert Thomas, the fullback, all getting tremendous blocks on the outside. Look at that block with the tight end. Even Rocket Ismail down the field, making Aaron Glenn retreat. Lets Emmitt Smith get those extra yards. And the right side of the Cowboy offensive line has done an outstanding job so far today, moving the Jets defensive line back, containing it, letting Emmitt Smith run where he needs to.
Cowboys now from the 42, and the first back through is Robert Thomas, and Thomas across the 35 to the 32. And that's close to another first down.
Well, that's like the bowling ball just going through and causing some havoc. And that time, Robert Thomas just getting both hands around the football, and it is straight ahead, just looking for some contact. Look at that. He doesn't even know where he's running. His head is down. Almost loses there. Keep both hands on it when you're inside, and picks up another first down.
So in quick fashion, the Cowboys have moved to the Jet 32. Emmitt Smith. had a big hole and almost broke through, but Ferrier and Marvin Jones closed on it. Well, you look at Emmitt Smith and the career that he has had. We were here Thanksgiving Day, Phil, and Emmitt was telling us, you know, people had ruled him out a couple of years ago, and they just didn't realize that he wasn't playing hurt. He was playing injured.
He was playing injured, and it made sense because there was such a drop-off, Greg, in his performance and the way he looked on the field these last couple of years. It's the Emmitt Smith of old, showing he still has a lot left. And I think we know now this guy's going to play a couple more years and be successful.
End around, Rocket Ismail. Ismail, 20, 15, 10, touchdown!
We saw one reverse for the Cowboys not work, but when you play him, Chan Gailey always has the reverse in every single game plan. So if you overcommit, he is going to bring the wide receiver around from the other side, take advantage of the players who overcommit and not pay attention when the running play goes away from him.
Ismail's 6th touchdown this season, his first rushing TD. And Eddie Murray on to add the extra point. And it's good. Another look at the Rocket in his 7th year out of Notre Dame. 11:18 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cowboys jump to a 21-13 lead. Rocket Ismail capped his 81-yard Dallas drive with a 27-yard run for a touchdown. And the Cowboys lead the Jets 21-13. From the 5, it's Dwight Stone. 25. 40 and out of bounds on the far side of the field. Let's go back to the touchdown and a pretty nice call by Chan Gailey, Phil.
Yeah, it's a nice call by Chan Gailey. Watch what happens. You're going to see number 44 come through here. Robert Thomas leading the way. He gets the kick out on James Ferrier, and Rocket, boy, oh boy, for a wide receiver, takes it up inside, runs them with power, and look at Chan Gailey's reaction. Yes. And, well, go ahead, Greg.
You mentioned during the timeout that people complain about that play, but only when it doesn't work.
Yeah, I think the reverse always has a place in your game plan. Here's the reason why. It takes advantage of teams that over-pursue, and once you run it, even if it's not successful, it makes them sit there and wait for it in case it happens again later in the game.
Ray Lucas over the middle, incomplete, had Wayne Corbett turning into the middle.
See, every play can't be a work of art. You got to have certain plays that just set up other things down the line in a football game, and that's what a reverse does. It makes a defense stop chasing the ball carrier so fast, and they wait, and that just gives the ball carrier, of course, he has to get away from us tacklers then. And that's something that came in late in my career, Greg. I don't know if I liked it or not. As soon as you come up in the sideline, they get all these pictures, and you go, oh, I can't believe I didn't see that. Oh, so
here's one of me and my uncle when I was 2.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson in motion. Lucas throws on the run. This time hits Corbett inside the 30, ridden out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Darren Woodsey and Singer Mobley drove him out, but not until Corbett picked up 38 yards and a first down.
Ray Lucas, the best thing he does as a quarterback, he throws the ball exceptionally well when he's on the move. And Wayne Corbett was going the other way, stopped, changed directions, came across the field, and what an accurate throw by Ray Lucas.
So Corbett with the big gainer to the 24-yard line. You look at Corbett's busy day today. Curtis Martin to the 23.
You know, Greg, as you look at Ray Lucas, we talked about him a lot in the first half, and he's labeled, good athlete, moves around well, had a lot of emotion. And you even said during the halftime, wow, this is not even the same quarterback we saw like 4 weeks ago, and it's not. And when you play the quarterback position, it's always going to come down to one thing. Can you find the open guy, and can you throw it accurately? You know, moving around and doing all those things, that's great. That's a plus. But the number one thing that makes you successful, you got to throw the football accurately.
On 2nd and 8. Throwing over the middle, Keyshawn Johnson to the 10, inside the 10-yard line, and fighting to stay on his feet, and finally forward progress is stopped by Randall Godfrey. I wondered whether Keyshawn was strong or not.
Well, listen, we said it earlier. He is so big. Watch Keyshawn coming across the middle. Good coverage by the Cowboys. Ray Lucas anticipates, throws the ball in front of Randall Godfrey, and watch when you just try to tackle Keyshawn. Again, so tall, strong, plants those big feet on the ground, and he's anchored, and it's just hard to bring him down.
Curtis Martin cuts back inside and continues to drive to the 5-yard line. Darren Hambrick with the tackle.
You know, I had a little fun with Keyshawn a couple weeks ago. I heard he was out at practice. One of the players told me this story, so I related it to him. He was working on something after practice, and Bill Parcells was over there going, "Now, Keyshawn, remember, you're a giraffe, not a gazelle, so just be a great giraffe." And I go, well, what's the meaning there? Keyshawn, you're a big receiver. Don't try to be cute. Catch the ball, act big, run big.
On 2nd and goal, Richie Anderson, and there's movement up front. They'll bring this one back.
Yeah, the foul's on me. That's 2 personal fouls. That's funny. He's still got his hand up.
Prior to the snap, have encroachment. Number 21, defense, half the distance to the goal. It remains 2nd down.
Well, Dion in that stance, he wants to get a good, yep, he's trying to get some. He wanted to make sure he took care of Keyshawn Johnson right at the line of scrimmage. Trying to be physical, anticipates a little too early.
2nd and goal from the 3. Lucas with time, pulls it down, now throws, touchdown. Blake Spence on the receiving end, and the Jets come right back.
That is the difference in Ray Lucas. Earlier in the year, a few games ago, he would have dropped back here. Nobody's open. Cowboys not surprised. He would have scrambled, ran, take a couple big hits, but this time keeps his eyes up the field, sees Blake Spence open, hits him for the touchdown.
Blake Spence, his first career touchdown, and the Jets will now go for 2 as they trail 21-19. 5 wide receivers on the 2-point conversion.
Look for the quarterback draw. Nope. Receiver inside.
Yes, he does. Pulls it down, dives for the end zone. Did he get there? No.
Well, what I don't like there, it looked like it was there. The Jets actually bring a receiver inside and an extra defender in there. Otherwise, Ray Lucas would have walked in. Extra blocker.
Lucas coming up short. Jets down 2. John Hall kicking to Ogden and Tucker. 2 yards deep in the end zone is Jason Tucker. And bumped out of bounds at the 18-yard line. So Aikman and company lead by 2, 8:06 to play in the 3rd, and we'll be right back.
Dad Wynn makes the tackle on a 2-point conversion. They're in motion. Fred backs to the tight end. Dad Wynn wasn't even in there, but watch Kerry Jenkins, number 71. If he just gets a piece of him, it's an easy walk-in for Ray Lucas.
Aikman, the Cowboys, 1st down, and Aikman going to throw. Pump fake, throws down the sideline. Rocket Ismail grabs the ball, but is out of bounds. One of the Jets helping out with the call along the sideline is Keyshawn Johnson. He appears to be involved in almost every facet of the game.
That's right. But the Dallas Cowboys, the Jets know there's going to be about 3, 4, 5 times a game where Troy Aikman is going to do some type of pump fake and try to go down the field for the big play. And the Rocket, well, he's the man that does it all for the Cowboys when it comes to the offense. Runs the reverses, catches the short passes, and goes deep for the long ones, too.
On the blitz, Emmett Smith trying to find the way around outside, runs out of bounds at the 20. We asked Chan Gailey on Friday, do you ever wonder, with all of the injuries to your team and Michael Irvin being lost, where you'd be without Rocket Ismail this year? He goes, oh, I don't even want to think about that.
Oh, yeah, you just ruined his day when you said that. He was actually starting to get in fairly good spirits. And Greg brings that up, and he goes, oh, no. He didn't even want to think about it because, again, we've already said it. The receiving situation for the Cowboys has been a struggle all year long. And, hey, they've held it together, though. Troy Aikman completes a lot of passes. They still have a winning record. Still have a chance to win the division.
Deion Sanders in on offense again. Pass over the middle. It popped up in the air and incomplete. That one intended for Rocket. And the Cowboys will kick it away. Now, get back to something that's been on my mind since you told the story about Keyshawn and giraffe and not a gazelle. What part does a giraffe play in a football game?
You know, I don't know. I've heard a lot of things, and I've heard Bill Parcells call people a lot of things, but animals, a giraffe, gazelles. But the sad thing is, once I heard the story, I understood it.
It made sense.
It made sense to me.
Dedrick Ward, deep for the Jets. Ward from the 42. And out of bounds at about the 47-48 yard line. Good field position for the New York Jets when we come back to Texas Stadium in just a moment. And back at Texas Stadium, Keyshawn Johnson in the middle of that huddle has had himself a busy afternoon, even more so than those numbers show. From the 49-yard line, Lucas goes back to work. And he'll give it to Curtis Martin. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Let's go back to Keyshawn Johnson and the kind of day he's had.
Well, Keyshawn Johnson lines up a little bit of everywhere. 3 receivers in a group. The thing that he does best, catch the football in traffic, does some blocking down the field, runs the ball, not very well. But again, at the end of the first half, catches the ball over the middle, breaks a tackle.
Curtis Martin, not much. To the 44, Darren Hambrick stood him up there. The question is, Phil, everyone's anticipating this matchup between Keyshawn and Deion Sanders. We haven't seen much of it today.
And I didn't think we would, Greg, because if you're the New York Jets, why would you take your best player and match him up against Deion Sanders? Your job as a coach is to take your best player, find ways to get him the football. So match him up against some of the players that are not as good as Deion on the other side. Give him a chance to make those plays.
Jets 3 out of 8 on 3rd down today. Lucas needs the 41-yard line for a first down. Draw play. And he's not going to get there. Brought down at about the 42-yard line by Randall Godfrey. And Bill Parcells has a decision to make.
Yeah, that's right. He's still thinking.
And now he's going to send Tom Tupa onto the field to kick it away.
I really didn't know what he was going to do. I think in years past, his offense, especially last year, was so good, so potent. Even when he was in New England, he went for a lot of these situations. But this is a different team, different quarterback. Don't take as many chances.
First thing he said when he came into the room, oh, here's a fake. Tupa, a quarterback, throws it incomplete. Intended for Bernie Parmalee. Number 97, Kavika Pittman had the pressure on Tom Tupa.
Watch the Cowboy defense. Randall Godfrey and then Chad Henne, number 95. Tom Tupa does a good fake. He carries it out, but look at the defensive players. They never took their eyes off of Tom Tupa, the punter. That's why they were not fooled. And Kavika Pittman, yeah, good shot to the punter.
Do you like the call by the Jets and Bill Parcells?
Yeah, I like the call. It caught me off guard. I just sit there and said we're going to take those chances, but the Cowboys being very disciplined, not caught off guard.
And Smith straight ahead across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And Marvin Jones with the stop.
You know, fake punts, all those trick plays, they don't bother me because you know what? Do you know how much research and work they put in for that during the whole week? They think they got something. I tell you, coaches are proud too. We found something. It's going to work. And And when you come out in a game and it doesn't, you are very surprised. So you got to give the Cowboys a lot of credit. And again, it does not bother me. The Jets took the chance and it did not work.
Deion Sanders, flank to the near side of the field. And the blitz, Aikman with time, throws, it is intercepted. Omar Stoudemire. And Stoudemire down the sideline and out of bounds into Dallas territory.
Well, the ex-Cowboy picked up by the Jets this year. Has so many friends on the team. Couldn't wait to come down and play in this game. His best friend Deion Sanders practiced against Troy Aikman so many times.
And tack on a personal foul against the Cowboys.
And this, you know what I've noticed today, the Cowboys a couple times have tried this play. What you got is you got a tight end, Eric Bjornsson, up the field, not able to create any separation against Victor Green. He knocks it up in the air. Stoudemire makes the interception.
Stoudemire, a 67-yard return of an interception last week against the Dolphins.
Troy Aikman got to anticipate the throw, lets it go just a second before he wants to. That's how interceptions happen. If Troy Aikman maybe had one more second, he might decide, hey, he's not open, don't throw it.
Bobby Hamilton with the pressure on Aikman, and the Jets now set up first down at the Dallas 25-yard line.
Wow. That's, again, that interception, the pressure on Troy Aikman, and the fact that the tight end just not fast enough. Sorry, Tom, didn't mean to talk when you were. The tight end just not fast enough to create separation against the defense.
4:32 to play in the third. The Jets down 2, have the ball first down at the Dallas 25. Lucas rolling, throws. Corbett at the 20, out of bounds at the 17. And a penalty marker down on the far side of the field. And they'll bring it back.
That was some.
Number 84, offense. It's a 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, I just read his Bill Parcells' lip, out of field goal range. So he's thinking ahead how to call plays because of that. And boy, Ray Lucas again on the move. What a throw across, out down the sideline, and very accurate.
Phil, as we see these scores flash across the screen, how about the Oakland Raiders with a 38-0 lead on Tampa Bay in the third quarter?
Wow.
Play clock winding down. 3, 2, 1. Lucas gets the play off. Time to throw over the middle, up in the air, intercepted. Randall Godfrey. Godfrey down at the 42-yard line, and the Cowboys will come back the other way. And Lucas not at all pleased with Ebenezer Ekubon.
Well, what happens? The timing of the play is thrown off just a little by the Cowboy pressure. Watch Ray Lucas. He's waiting, throws the ball just a little too hard for Curtis Martin, and when that ball pops up over the middle, anytime, any situation, too many defenders around, it's most of the time going to be intercepted. And look at Ray Lucas. Protect yourself. When you throw an interception as a quarterback, defensive linemen, they hunt you up.
Godfrey's first interception of the year. Emmitt Smith, hole on the right side. Across the 45 to about the 47. And things get a bit feisty.
Well, we're having action on every play. Fake punts, interception, interception.
Robert Thomas and James Ferrier at the center of that little conversation.
See, these two teams didn't know each other that well coming into today's game. Haven't played each other in a long time. But see, they've gotten to know each other now, and they realize they hate each other. So let's get going and get fighting and see who wins.
Only the 7th regular season meeting between these two teams. The Jets have won just one of them. Deion Sanders on the field as a wide receiver. First back through is Thomas to the 48.
Thomas has had the most carries by a fullback I've seen all year long in a football game. Usually most NFL offenses now, they do not even bother handing the football to the fullback. Cowboys have done it a couple times and got some good gains, so let's try it one more time.
I believe you're right. I believe both these teams have assessed the situation and decided not to like each other.
Well, that's usually how it pans out in any game. It just takes a while sometimes for that anger to build up.
3rd and 2. Aikman going to throw. Under pressure, throws incomplete. And under tremendous pressure from Marvin Jones.
I tell you, the Cowboys trying to go up the field, make a big play, but they are not, the Jet defense not fooled. Coming to the quarterback, Marvin Jones, number 55, gets a hold of Troy Aikman. Lucky it's not a fumble.
And now we'll be cautious and say punt formation, because I don't think you can trust anybody here today. Dedrick Ward is deep for the possible kick. He'll be going, hangs it up high. Ward from the 5-yard line and is down at the 6.
Inside the 10-yard line, if you're returning punts, it's that high, you just got to let the football go. We've seen it. This AstroTurf is so hard. If the ball hits the ground, it's just going to go flying.
Chris Akins with a terrific special teams play, and the Jets will start in a hole from their own 6-yard line. How much more even can you get in a football game? From the 6, Lucas going to throw. Wide open is Corbett to the 20-yard line and a first down. DeJuan Hawthorne with the stop.
Again, the New York Jets put 3 receivers to the right. Ray Lucas makes the fake. Defenders go running everywhere, and they forget where Wayne Corbett is. Look, no defender around him. Again, 3 receivers, 1 goes right, 1 goes left. Wayne Corbett just stands there, nobody to cover him.
Not a bad day for Wayne Corbett. 7 catches, 103 yards. Now from the 20. Back to the ground game. Martin cuts inside for a pickup of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. We remind you the NFL playoffs are just around the corner. Get a complete review of every team as they battle for playoff positions. Just click on NFL at cbs.sportsline.com. And by the way, you can also learn all about the Phil Simms All-Iron Team Special on cbs.sportsline.com.
You know, we showed a graphic earlier. Troy Aikman, over 200 throws without an interception. Ray Lucas had gone 4 straight games with no turnovers until that interception.
Lucas over the middle, threw it just behind Dedrick Ward. What I'd started to say earlier, Phil, is one of the first things Bill Parcells told us when he came into his meeting with us yesterday is that he has an awful lot of respect for this Dallas defense. Reminded him a lot of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, it did. He said 2 things that came to mind. He says maybe not as disciplined as Dallas, where he thinks Dallas really, is the Miami Dolphins. But this defense, bigger, a little more talented up front, able to pressure the quarterback better with the 4 defensive linemen than the Miami Dolphins could.
At this distance, the Jets 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Lucas with time, throws, complete. Keyshawn Johnson across the 40, lost the football and then fell on it. At the 43-yard line, it'll be a first down.
The Dallas Cowboys played defense that time to stop that exact play. Keyshawn Johnson is out to the left, coming underneath. There's a linebacker sitting inside waiting for him, and he can't make the play. It's not a linebacker. It's actually Kevin Smith was waiting for Keyshawn to break back underneath. He just went right by him, makes the catch.
21 yards on the pickup. Play fake. Lucas throws, incomplete. Keyshawn Johnson headed for the near sideline. He stops to have a conversation with his coach on the way back to the huddle. Keyshawn Johnson making the most of his catches.
3rd down, 4 of them. All 4. It used to be Wayne Corbett caught all the 3rd down passes. Keyshawn Johnson caught all the 1st and 2nd down passes. That has changed the last couple weeks for the New York Jets.
On the ground, Richie Anderson. Anderson to about the 46-yard line, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. What a game it's been so far. Our score, Dallas 21 and the New York Jets 19. These guys, Deion Sanders and Keyshawn Johnson, like to talk. They also like to have fun. The ball pops loose. Keyshawn gets up. Is he angry? I don't think so. They're both having a good time on the field. Sanders to the near side on Keyshawn Johnson at the bottom of your screen. Lucas in the shotgun. Loose football. Are the Cowboys on it? They are.
Ray Lucas not ready for the snap count, not ready for the ball. I don't know what happened. It looked like it was snapped a little too early. The Jets were going to run the shovel pass to Wayne Corbett underneath. He was in motion coming, and the ball catches Ray Lucas by surprise. And Kavika Pittman, number 97 on the outside. See, here comes Wayne Corbett. It was going to be the shovel pass.
And you saw Lucas and Kevin Mawai, his center, having a conversation as they came off the field. Aikman and the Cowboys now from the 36. Emmitt Smith outside. Tries to cut it back. Got a couple on the play. James Ferrier with the stop. And they still talk about it.
Yeah, as you watch it, you usually can tell whose fault it was, and just by looking at that shot, it looks like it was Ray Lucas's fault. Ray Lucas sending the guy in motion. Boom. Man, that ball had some heat on it coming back there.
Chris Warren has replaced Emmitt Smith on the field. And he gets the handoff across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Anthony Pleasant, Dwayne Gordon there to make the tackle for the Jets.
Well, Emmitt Smith has hung in there longer than I thought he would today. He looked like he slowed down the last couple runs, but I asked Chan Gailey, well, if you have to go with Chris Warren, what does that mean? He goes, it really means nothing to our offense because there's not that big of a difference in talent level when you talk about Emmitt Smith to Chris Warren. Chris Warren gained 1,000 yards many times in this league, and he's done a good job when called upon running the football for the Cowboys.
3rd and 3. Warren across the 25, 1st down, Dallas. We were talking about Emmitt Smith and Chris Warren on the way to the stadium today. Basically, Emmitt gets his inside, and Chris Warren gets most of his yardage outside.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast. Emmitt Smith, the smaller of the two running backs, but he plays big, goes in between the tackles. Chris Warren, a big running back, 6'3", over 200 pounds. He likes to go up there and make people miss. He likes to dodge you, take it outside when possible. Not that big of a power runner.
Under 13 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter, and Warren straight ahead, close to the 20-yard line.
Well, the Jets, if they were worried about one thing on their defense, is that they did not want to be overpowered. And I can't say they're just being overpowered. The Cowboys running the football with great effectiveness, picking up yards when they need them, sustaining blocks, letting the running backs take their time, read the blocks, then make the right cut.
Emmitt Smith 2 yards shy of his 62nd career 100-yard rushing game. A movement in the backfield that time. Robert Thomas.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 44 offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
I think Robert Thomas had already picked out the man he wanted to hit.
sometimes you just can't wait to get some contact. And that's what it looked like.
Oh, I can wait.
Yeah, well, I know you can.
With the penalty, second down and 12.
So the ball now between the 25 and the 26-yard line. 2nd and 12 for Aikman. Deion Sanders on the field as a wide receiver. Aikman going to look his way down the sideline. It is batted in the air and intercepted. Victor Green with his 5th interception of the year.
The Cowboys wanting to go to Deion Sanders, but look at Marcus Coleman. All he does is retreat, waiting for the long ball, makes a good play. Victor Green gets the interception. The New York Jets doing a good job game planning against Deion Sanders, the wide receiver. Almost every single time that he's lined up at wide receiver, the corners, no matter who it is, Marcus Coleman especially, at the snap of the ball is just retreating, because they know the one thing that Deion Sanders and the Cowboys, they try to do when he's in there is to go deep. So he's just waiting on Deion to come, and when he does, that time breaks it up, they get the interception.
Well, at least a field goal from the Cowboys would have forced the Jets to go for a touchdown. Keyshawn Johnson in motion. Lucas throws incomplete, intended for Corbett, who wants a flag and isn't going to get one. Victor Green with the interception. As you look at the scores from around the country, Denver, boy, Seattle in a deep funk.
I'll tell you what, it just kind of, oh my gosh, Oakland 45-0.
Napoleon Kaufman rips off a 75-yarder.
Well, the one thing we've said, Greg, for the last 5 or 6 weeks, the Raiders offense, it just never lets up. They come at you with everything.
2nd and 10. Keyshawn Johnson wrapped up at the 20-yard line for little or no gain.
I talk all the time about the New York Jets, the screens they run. That's a screen they should get rid of because it is ugly. 2 times today they've run it, no yards on it.
Oh, yeah. 296 total yards each. 3rd and 9. By the way, you saw the numbers on Troy Aikman. He went 217 pass attempts without an interception and has thrown 2 today. Here comes the Cowboy blitz. Lucas gets rid of it. Corbett far side has the completion, but will be 5 yards short of a first down.
Not much you can do. You get in that situation, 3rd and long. You could see on your TV screen the Cowboys timing the snap, walking up. They got the blitz on. Ray Lucas has to get rid of the football.
And now Cowboys send 2 punt returners back. And Sanders going to retreat to his own 17-yard line, fake the reverse. Penalty markers fly, and Deion is wrapped up with no gain on the punt return.
Well, that's going to be against the Cowboys, blocking in the back. There we go. Joe Elvizano, the special teams coach. This guy gets more TV time than Bill Clinton. You can't watch a Cowboy game without seeing him about 40 times. But he does a good job. That's why he's on. He's always got a tan, too. You notice that?
Me too. 10:18 to play here in the 4th quarter.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 55. That'll be forced from the 19-yard line, which will be half the distance to the goal. First down. Timeout.
Penalty is on Lemansky Hall as we get to the end of the announcement. We'll be right back. Once again, happy holidays to all of you from all of us here at CBS Sports. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan at Texas Stadium. 10:18 to play in the 4th quarter. The Cowboys with the ball and a 2-point lead. Emmitt Smith out to the 15-yard line and goes over the 100-yard mark for the 62nd time in his career. You know, Emmitt comes into this game the number 3 all-time rusher in the NFL. He began the day trailing Barry Sanders by 1,648 yards and Walter Payton by a little over 3,100. And you're right, Emmitt's going to be around for a few more years. 2nd and 4. Emmitt brought down at about the 18-yard line, and a terrific tackle by Omar Stoutmeyer.
Now the ex-Cowboy gets a kick out of that. He's got a Troy Aikman interception, and now in the open field, number 26 comes up. Nice tackle on Emmitt Smith.
Even Emmitt got up and congratulated him on that one.
You know, the Cowboys, you had to think you knew they were going to come out and try to run the football because their passing game has just completely left them. Trying to protect the quarterback, can't get anybody open, and Troy Aikman making bad decisions.
Aikman, 2 interceptions in his last 3 passing attempts, and that's a first down run for Emmitt Smith. But you're right, that passing game, Phil, has not looked good at all lately. 9 of 21 on the day for Aikman for 125 yards, a touchdown, but 2 picks.
If he wants to have success from here on out, I would think that Chan Gailey, when he does throw it, he'll throw certain passes like first down, good play action, try to find an open spot over the middle, or even when he throws on 3rd down, call plays that are a little safer, not so hard for the quarterback to execute.
Right now, Chan Gailey would love to see his offense run some time off the clock. Emmitt Smith, left side, cuts it back. Out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. And a penalty marker is down.
Tripping.
Like a trip.
Tripping, number 53, offense, 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
The center, Mark Stepnoski.
Well, I saw the block from Mark Stepnoski, and it's, well, it's close, but once you stick those legs out, pretty easy for the official to see that.
So a little life for the Jets here, a little bright spot. 1st and 20 for Aikman from his own 11. Emmitt Smith up the middle. I'm sorry, make it Chris Warren. And the clock continues to move, coming up on 7.5 to play here in the 4th quarter.
Well, the Cowboys just going to pick their spots. That's what they're doing, Greg. You're right. Still 3 timeouts left by each team, and just trying to eat some clock up, trying to find a way to get a first down without taking a chance. And this game started out for about 2.5 quarters being so well executed by both teams on both sides of the ball. Then all of a sudden we went through a long period of nothing but mistakes. So you got to try to settle down, do something simple, regain some confidence in your players and your coach. Then maybe you can throw the ball down the field.
LaFleur in motion, pass out into the flat. Warren looking for running room and is out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. And the fans weigh in with their vote.
Well, it's a good conservative call again, maybe a little too conservative. The Jets coming after Troy Aikman. Chris Warren sneaks out, and look at that. Rick Lyle sees it right away, and it could have been a big loss, but Chris Warren avoids the tackle. As you look at the game, look where Troy Aikman's been throwing the football. Most of them underneath, almost all of them. Just a couple down the field, and when he's gone down the field, not very much success.
Aikman throws this side, and this complete to Emmitt Smith. Smith cuts it back inside. 25, 27-yard line. He is short of a first down. So the Jets looking to get the ball back.
Emmitt Smith still down on the field. Boy, he took a lot of big hits for a guy that basically didn't practice all week long. Just kind of ran through some things on Friday, or I should say trotted through some things on Friday, taking a lot of hits today.
The bare minimum, as you said, on Friday at practice.
Carrying the ball a lot, catching passes, and watch the hits at the end of this run. Anytime in this league you turn it back inside, you can expect quite a few opposing players to be in there and deliver the hit.
5 of them to be exact. And Emmett's still down at the 26-yard line. And yet, for his injuries, the strained groin, the broken hand, he entered the game second in the NFL, trailing only Edgerrin James in number of rushing attempts.
Boy, yeah, you say that, Greg. The strained groin, the broken hand, all the things that are wrong with him, and he's still in there being good.
Well, while they look at Emmett, we'll remind you, Christmas Day, CBS Sports heats up the holiday with an NFL special. Phil and I and everybody else with us here in Irving, Texas will be there when Brian Griese leads the Broncos into the Silverdome to meet the playoff-hungry Detroit Lions. Excitement begins with Jim, Craig, Randy, and Jerry on the NFL Today at a special time next Saturday on CBS, and that follows the Phil Simms All-Iron Team Special. Emphasis is bad there. The All-Iron Team Special.
Very good, Greg. Well, that game next week, that'll be good. Detroit losing today, they will definitely need it, so we'll see a lot of emotion from them. And the one thing the Denver Broncos have done this year, even though it's not a bit successful season with their record, they have played hard every week. No matter who they play them close.
Dedrick Ward is deep for the Jets. He figured to come out of this exchange with some good field position. High kick, not too deep. Dedrick Ward, fair catch signal at the 40-yard line. So that's where the Jets will go to work. 5:51 to play in the fourth quarter. The Cowboys by 2. See the Jets, what they've done on the last 4 possessions. Punted, fumbled, ball was intercepted, and the ball went over on downs. Ray Lucas, first down for the Jets' 40-yard line, and the blitz. And the handoff straight up the middle. Curtis Martin close to midfield. Randall Godfrey, George Teague for the top.
Well, they could go either way when you blitz in a situation like this. You see Dexter Coakley, Randall Godfrey, good job of blocking up front, and that's it. If that tackle's not made right there, Curtis Martin goes all the way.
Under 5.5 to play here in the fourth. Martin again. First down yardage across midfield and into Dallas territory to about the 48-yard line.
Now you're the Cowboys. What you got to do on defense? 5 minutes to go in the game. You're only up 2. So you got to force the issue here. And we saw that on first down, even on that play. You've got to come up. You've got to make the Jets make the plays. In other words, be aggressive, blitz, whatever it takes, because just don't sit back and let them gain another 15 yards and kick a field goal.
Dallas owner Jerry Jones beginning to pace.
Well, he knew the game was big. He's been down the field almost the whole game today.
Martin again to the 46. Meanwhile, keep in mind, the Dallas Cowboys, if they win today and win their last 2, they're in the postseason. A win today ties them with Washington atop the NFC East.
Well, they lose today, then it's just, I don't know what could happen. So many scenarios come involved. They play the New York Giants the last game of the season. You know, they looked at this game. This is a must. And the problem down here is they talk too much in the future when they talk about the Cowboys. The Super Bowl, this, that. Just try to win the game this week and wait and see what happens.
With 5 wide receivers, Lucas over the middle, complete. Keyshawn Johnson, first down. For those of you tuning in expecting to see 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. We have about 3.5 minutes to play here. The Dallas Cowboys lead the New York Jets 21-19. Immediately following, you will see 60 minutes. That will be followed by an all-new Touched by an Angel, and then the world premiere movie Miracle on the 17th green. That's all tonight here on CBS. From the 37, the pitch for Martin. Kevin Mawai leads the way around the right side, across the 30, and out of bounds at about the 28 or 29-yard line.
Well, first off, that third down play, Ray Lucas did a good job of staying patient and hitting it. Now, watch Kevin Mawai, number 68, the center, pulls out and leads the sweep for Curtis Martin. And Curtis Martin does a good job keeping his distance away from him, lets Kevin Mawai get the block, clear it out, and then he picks up the valuable yards.
Kevin Mawai, the sixth-year man out of LSU. 89th consecutive regular season start for him. Curtis Martin, 2 yards shy of a 100-yard rushing game himself. And has stood up at about the 27-yard line, and he'll be close to a first down. Looks to be maybe about a half-yard short.
Well, what the Jets are doing, they're really putting the Cowboys in a tough situation. Running the clock down. A field goal puts them up by a point.
Now we have a timeout on the field, and
I think we got a measurement here.
Yeah.
At the same time, if I was calling the plays for the New York Jets, I would take no chances. I would try to get as close as I could or try to score. Because, you know, there's no guarantees kicking those field goals.
Well, John Hall hit a 47-yarder in the first half and then pulled a 49-yard attempt wide as the first half closed.
You know, kicking down here, it's like kicking in a dome. Even though there's a hole in the ceiling, all the years I played down here, I never remember having any wind at all. Not even a breath of wind in this stadium. So there's such a small hole in the roof, the wind can't get down here on the field.
No wind there.
You know, that's just a waste having that flag up there. It's not going to move. The only thing here you have to worry about when you play down here is the sun, because it comes in at such funny angles through the roof, but you have to worry about it in the late games.
Third and short yardage. First down as Curtis Martin bulls his way through to the 25-yard line. Bill Parcells says keep your eye on the clock. 2:20 to play, and it appears we'll reach the 2-minute warning before the Jets run another play.
You know, the Cowboys, they'll let the clock run down too. They still have 3 timeouts, so they'll have to start using them later after the 2-minute warning.
Has this been a showcase for 2 superb running backs today? Curtis Martin and Emmitt Smith will be on the winning team. We have 2 minutes to determine that. Welcome back to Texas Stadium. 2 minutes to play. The Jets trail the Cowboys 21-19. They have the ball at the Dallas 25-yard line. And John Hall waiting for perhaps his chance to shine.
You know, I always wonder, we always say, oh, the kicker's waiting, hoping they score. I wonder how nervous they really are on the sidelines. What do you think?
Oh, I think
they are.
This play doesn't count. And Richie Anderson may have moved before the snap.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 20, offense.
It is
5-yard
Richie Anderson.
Penalty, remains first down.
Boy, Bill Parcells has gotten terrific production from Ray Lucas, who has thrown for 228 yards and 2 touchdowns. Curtis Martin has run for 102. Keyshawn Johnson and Wayne Corbett have combined for 14 catches and 203 yards.
Greg, no matter what happens now, they got 2 games after this one. Ray Lucas has absolutely proven and shown he is going to be the backup quarterback for the New York Jets next year.
First and 15. Curtis Martin across the 30 to the 28. And now the Cowboys stop the clock with the first of their 3 timeouts. We'll be back. Jets with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. The Cowboys have 2. Second and 13. The Jets need to reach the 15-yard line for a first down. Martin. Nowhere. May have lost one. Deion Sanders coming up to help out, and we check in with Jim Nantz for this NFL Today update. Jim.
All right, the route of the day was put on by the Raiders. They just trampled Tampa. They had over 400 yards offense. This is where they poured it on with Kaufman going 75 yards. A 45-0 win for Oakland. The Bucs lead by 1 game in the Central over the Lions. Let's go back to Greg and Phil.
All right, Jim. Well, you know, Sean King was probably the happiest player in the league up until today.
Well, you got to lose sometimes. So, boy, that is some way to lose. Again, we said it, Greg. The Raiders' offense, it's
spectacular.
It really is. But you look at the New York Jets' situation right now, very conservative on their 2 calls. Dallas Cowboys, 1 timeout left. Right now it's going to be between a 45 and 46-yard field goal.
Hall has made 2 of 3 today. He was good from 47 and 33 and missed from 49.
And the 47-yarder, his longest of the year.
Play clock down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Lucas gets the play off. Up the middle. Curtis Martin across the 20 to the 18-yard line. It doesn't get the first down, but it does put John Hall in terrific shape for the field goal.
And I tell you what did that. The Jets came out, 3 wide receivers to one side. Looks like they're going to throw the football maybe. And Ray Lucas goes for the real quick snap count. The Dallas Cowboy defense not ready. Watch Keyshawn Johnson. No, I'm sorry, it's Fred Baxter. Number 84 coming inside, getting a trap, creating a hole for Curtis Martin.
Boy, what great blocking up front.
Jumbo Elliott, Kerry Jenkins, good block down inside. Thomas, the right guard, pulls out. Good kick out block. Good call by the New York Jets.
Should John Hall make this field goal, the Cowboys will have no timeouts on the other side of the kickoff. They've used their 3rd and final one.
But they used the timeouts the right way. 1:39 still to go. Plenty of time to get a field goal back if they need it.
37-yard attempt. Hall inside 40 yards, 15 out of 16 this season. This is for the lead. And it is good. With 1:35 to play, the New York Jets take a 22-21 lead.
Well, that was a good drive by the New York Jets. Ray Lucas started it off by hitting a big 3rd down completion to keep a drive going. Watch John Hall. He's been sitting over in the sidelines for about 10 minutes, wanting to know if he's going to get this opportunity, and he comes through. Kevin Mawai, the center.
You know, you hear baseball players talk about they knew it was gone as soon as it left the bat. John Hall raised his hands as soon as his foot touched the ball.
He knew it. He hit it solid. It was good right down the middle.
An 11-play, 41-yard drive, ending in a 37-yard field goal, and now Troy Aikman thinking about a 4th quarter comeback. Deion Sanders is deep with Jeff Ogden.
You know, in years past, a team like the Jets would come down, play in a situation like this, not have any chance of beating the Cowboys, but the NFL is different now. Teams play all the way through the season, regardless of the record.
Deion from the 4. 25. And knocked down to the 31, and a penalty marker is down. It's against Dallas.
Holding. Number 59 offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
The penalty is on Gatkin. Cowboys need to go 80 yards without a timeout. Aikman down the middle. Complete Rocket Ismail close to the 40-yard line. Omar Stoutmeyer with the hit. 23-yard pickup, clock moving at 1:15 to play.
What a good throw by Troy Aikman, throwing it down the seam. And who else is he going to look for in this situation? Rocket Ismail. Blitz.
Aikman throws over the middle again, incomplete. Broken up by number 31, Aaron Glenn, intended for Rocket again.
Boy, I don't know. I don't know if I'd take a chance and blitz Troy Aikman all out in this situation. Nobody down the middle of the field. If Troy Aikman throws that across the field a little more, it's going to be a big completion for big yards. You know, he's back there in that shotgun. If you blitz, he has time enough to lay it up down the field somewhere.
Lays it up down the far sideline. It is incomplete. Chris Brazel, the intended receiver on the far side, and Ray Mickens was with it. It'll be third down.
Good coverage by Ray Mickens that time. Good position. Troy Aikman throwing it up, just hoping this player can make a play on it. But Brazel cannot get back inside to make the catch.
Dallas facing possibly their first loss at home this season. On 3rd and 10. Aikman throws far sideline. It is incomplete. Victor Green had it in his hands and dropped it.
I couldn't tell. It looked like maybe Troy Aikman's arm was hit. That ball hung up in the air, was wobbling. Victor Green had a chance for the interception. You know, you think about the offensive coordinator. What is he going to call? I look at this situation here too. What does a defense do? Do you play it conservatively, or do you just go after the quarterback, make him throw it quick?
Deion Sanders to the bottom of your screen on 4th and 10.
They're going to stay back.
4-man rush for the Jets. Aikman throws. It is incomplete. .45 seconds to play. The Jets take over on downs.
Troy Aikman trying to hit Rocket Ismail out in the slot. Throws it maybe just a little too soon. The Rocket never even sees the football coming.
Bill Belichick congratulating his defensive players.
Again, you know, Greg, and I mean this, and years ago, I was in the league. When I was in the league, you get in situations like this. The team coming to Division U, they have nothing to play for. They would just come in a lot of times and go through the motions. That has not happened to the New York Jets this year. It doesn't happen to many teams in the league. Everybody comes to play every single week, no matter what situation they're in.
Clock continues to move. The Cowboys can't stop it. The Jets won't.
Now the Cowboys, they got to hope they win their last 2 games and see if that's enough for them to win or to get them into playoffs.
Meanwhile, chalk it up as another confident booster for the young quarterback out of Rutgers, Ray Lucas.
Now, Greg, I think it's proven now that story's over. Ray Lucas is going to be a quarterback next year for the New York Jets, and at worst, he's going to be their backup quarterback.
The New York Jets behind Ray Lucas, who comes back down to Texas and leads the Jets to a victory, 22-21. That's our final. The Jets beat the Cowboys 22-21. A game that had a little of everything. We're glad you joined us. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, I'm Greg Gumbel saying so long from Texas Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.